Hello, friends and classmates. This is Eric Grenert, and together with my colleagues Mariana Hewer, Heather League, and Karen Morrison, we are here to introduce you to the concept of flipped classrooms. Let's get started. What is the flipped classroom and what does it do? The flipped classroom is a pedagogical model in which a typical lecture and homework elements of a course are reversed, or flipped, as the name implies. If we consider the traditional method, a student would learn their course content in class and reinforce those concepts learned in class by engaging in practice, projects, and discussions outside of class, i.e. homework. How a flipped classroom works is that students learn their course content prior to coming to class so that they can spend their class time diving deeper into the course content through group work, peer-to-peer instruction, and application. Course content is provided prior to class, typically through pre-recorded lectures, videos, or podcasts, so that students can acquire a good foundation of the lecture content. The idea of the flipped classroom is to provide a place where students can inquire about the lecture content and then practice applying their knowledge. Other students provide perspective and peer-to-peer instruction, while the instructor focuses on coaching students through individual inquiry and teamwork. Let's watch a short video.
Every day, 7.2 million students walk into classrooms throughout the United States. These classrooms generally look the same. 30 students sit in rows of desks, taking notes in their notebooks, while the teacher stands at a whiteboard teaching a lesson. Regardless of ability level, each student receives the exact same information at the exact same pace. As Ms. Jackson presents this same material, the students respond differently. Tommy gets it, while Allison is bored, and Maria is lost. At the end of the day, these same students head home. While at home, they sit at the kitchen table doing their homework and trying to remember what Ms. Jackson said. Students like Tommy make it most of the way through the homework, while others, like Allison, find it easy and fly through it. At the same time, students like Maria get frustrated and need some extra help. Ms. Jackson recognizes that students have different needs and would love to work individually with each student, but this requires time and resources that her school does not have. One solution to this problem is the flipped classroom. Here's what it looks like. While at home, students sit in their rooms watching videos of the lesson that Ms. Jackson assigned. Tommy is still able to work at his normal pace. Allison is no longer bored because now she can use this new technology to fast forward through the easy material. And Maria is no longer frustrated because she can review the material that she didn't understand by pausing and rewinding. When she really gets stuck, she can get help from her classmates. New technology platforms like Moodle and Edmodo make it easy for her to chat online with her classmates. Just as the homework is different, the classroom is different as well. Instead of standing in front of the room speaking, Ms. Jackson walks around the room. She checks in with Tommy as he works collaboratively with some students. She pushes Allison further with some more challenging work. And she helps Maria with the pieces that she still doesn't quite get. In the traditional model, the teacher stands between the students and the knowledge. But with the flipped classroom model, the students have direct access to the knowledge, and the teacher serves as a coach, mentor, and guide, helping the students access this knowledge. The flipped classroom leverages technology in a way that lets both Ms. Jackson and the students make the most of their time and efforts.
Okay, now let's compare the traditional to the flipped model. In the traditional classroom, the instructor prepares material to be delivered in class. Students listen to lectures and other guided instruction in class and take notes. Homework is assigned to demonstrate understanding. As opposed to the flipped classroom, where the instructor records and shares lectures outside of class, and the students watch and listen to lectures before coming to class, class time is devoted to applied learning activities and more higher order thinking tasks, and students receive support from instructors and peers as needed. Why are flipped classrooms so popular? Well, flipping the classroom is becoming more and more popular because of today's students, and they are using technology on a regular basis, especially to learn. More often than not, delivering direct instruction via the internet will be an easy adjustment for today's youth. It offers a way for students to individualize their learning path and go at their own pace. The classroom environment offers an engaging, impactful, and collaborative way to apply their knowledge and improve critical thinking skills. However, it's not all a bed of roses. Flipping the classroom seems ideal in theory, and often teachers are really excited about this model. However, going from a traditional lecture to a successful flipped classroom can be time-consuming and requires a teacher to transition from a lecturer to a coach or facilitator. These obstacles can make it difficult for the flipped classroom to be implemented successfully. Now let's look at the pros and cons of the flipped classroom. The flipped classroom offers direct instruction at all times to all the students. Students at all levels are able to access, review, and utilize the direct instruction to suit their individual needs. Every student can go at their own pace to learn and get up to speed prior to class. Students can also review the direct instruction material prior to a quiz or a test to review their knowledge. This has an advantage over the traditional classroom where students hear direct instruction once and then are not able to access that knowledge again. It also provides practical and application benefits as it ensures students are practicing and applying those skills needed to understand the concept while creating inquiry skills so that they can be successful moving forward. It provides support. It provides more one-on-one time with the teacher and other students to support and enhance individualized learning. It provides collaboration as students gain more knowledge by working together with other students in this environment. They can ask questions and challenge each other. This is also a critical skill the flipped classroom offers to students in order for them to be successful in the workplace. It offers differentiation benefits. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. The flipped model ensures that students do not move forward until they have demonstrated an understanding of the concept. Those who are ahead can work on more challenging applications, while those who are behind can get the help and support that they need to get up to speed. Those who are ahead can also mentor other students. Now, some of the drawbacks. Screen time. How much time do we want our students staring at a screen? With the ever-increasing use of technology, what will the impact be of so much screen time? The second is the time it takes to prepare a flipped classroom. For teachers, this often requires an immense amount of time prepping the pre-recorded videos for direct instruction and planning the activities in the classroom. Teachers must also learn to coach. Flipping the classroom requires a traditional instructor to gain the skills in order to coach and facilitate knowledge in the classroom, and not every instructor will excel at this. What if the students don't do their work? How do we ensure the students will do the work up front so that the classroom environment can be productive and impactful? If students don't do the work and can't contribute in the classroom, then it won't work. Access to technology. Not all students have the same access as others to technology and the internet. This could lead to disadvantages for some. Also, some households will not be conducive to student learning at home. Let's check out a lesson idea from Dr. Foose at The Ohio State University, where he applies the flipped approach to his chemistry class.
Hi, I'm Dr. Foose, and I'd like to welcome you to my general chemistry class here at The Ohio State University. Over the past few years, I've been experimenting with the flipped classroom model, where you're going to be watching all of the lecture videos online before class, which will open up our classroom setting for you guys to work with your classmates in groups. This will allow me to cover the concepts in a much deeper detail, and education research has shown that this is a much more effective strategy for student learning. Rather than me try to promote this approach, I'd like you to hear some of the comments from a few of my former students who have observed this type of a classroom.
I think it's an interesting approach, definitely. I think it's nice, the interaction you get with the professor. You don't really get that personal level of interaction with most of your professors. I think what Dr. Foose is trying to accomplish is he puts videos up online with the lecture material so you can look through them yourself over and over. And if you're struggling, then you can listen to him explain it over and over until you understand it.
Actually, I think it's really effective. That's why I decided to take his class this quarter, because I had him for first quarter. And as a freshman student, I just really didn't know what college was like or anything. And coming into his classroom, he was like, oh, we're going to do lectures at home and practice problems in the classroom. I found it really helpful. My grades were really good first quarter. And so I was like, oh, I definitely want him this quarter because I know that his teaching method really helps me.
It's really nice because it helps you guide your work outside of class. He really organizes it well, and wow, if I do this, if I watch this lecture video, if I do these problems online, they're really going to help me. And it kind of gives you a little more motivation because they're actually points for your grade. And then you come in and you really get more out of the lecture.
We do problems in class.
In class, we're able to work with our classmates.
I'd like you to answer the following question using Poll Everywhere. I have the slide set up here.
So it's kind of like a big group study period, which is good. So you can work together.
I want you to take a couple minutes to discuss this with your classmates.
I think overall it just deepens your knowledge of the subject.
Figure out why the right answer is the right answer and how we would determine that.
If I have any questions while I'm working out problems, I can ask Dr. Foose.
In lecture, he works through problems with you so that you gain a deeper understanding of how to do the problem.
Plus ions and nitrate ions in solution.
If you just take that lecture time, the professor is able to look at what's our class having trouble with. So we can do specific problems in class that if the whole class is having a problem with one or two things, and you can go through that again. So I like that a lot.
Definitely working and being able to ask questions in class with the lecturer actually there is nice. So I feel like I'm really learning all the material that I need to be successful.
So, as our presentation comes to an end, we'd like you to keep a few things in mind. There are 4 pillars to the flipped classroom: a flexible environment, learning culture, intentional content, and the professional educator. You also have to consider, does your course subject matter lend itself to flipping the classroom? The most common disciplines for flipped classrooms are math, science, and technology. Most of the theory-based courses are still using the traditional lecture format. Give yourself time to experiment with technology tools. Flipping the classroom does take time, so you need to experiment with different ways to deliver direct instruction, such as those which track student progress or allow for easy delivery of the content. Partner with another teacher when creating your flipped classroom to share the workload and share ideas. Take baby steps. Try flipping a couple lessons at first, or try flipping a summer course that is really small. Keep your direct instruction videos short. 10 to 13 minutes is the ideal length. Prepare students and their parents for the transition and use their feedback to change or improve your setup over time. And lastly, form small student groups that serve as ongoing work groups for in-class activities. Here you have some of the resources that we used in this presentation. And Group 1 will catch you on the flip side. Thank you.